In activity 4.13, I'll demonstrate creating a table in design view. But first we have some preparatory work we need to do. So let's open and let's grab a different database this time. We're going to grab the A04B IT tasks. We're going to open that up. We're going to rename 4B employees to last name, first name 4B employees, not because we need to, just to exercise what we've learned. And then let's save this off using, get rid of that one after tasks, don't know why that's there. And let's do last name, first name. I'm going to put this in my documents. And so we have last name, first name, 4BIT tasks. I've renamed my table. I'm going to close down my navigation. And now I'm going to create a table from scratch. So I'm going to click create. I'm going to go to table design. And I'm going to begin putting in the fields that I want to track my IT tasks. So I'm going to put in work order number. This is going to be type text. And we're going to put in big long descriptions this time to do a real world type of example here. So for the description, let's type in identification number, assigned to task, reported on work order. Okay, then go back into the field name and control F6, or in my case function F6 takes me down to the field properties area. I really don't want to chew up 255 bytes of memory every time I create a new record, and that's just 255 bytes on that field. So I'm going to change the field size to 8, and then I'm going to tab. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I'm going to move up here and I'm going to do my second field, which is priority, and I'm going to tab over, make that a text field as well. And in the description box, I'll say indicate the priority level for this task. And then I'll do a function F6, and I'll jump down and to the field properties, and text is the default, and I'm going to put a greater than sign in the format, and that's going to force the entry to be all uppercase when somebody's entering into that field. Now I'll go to my click into my third field. We'll call this status. I'll hit tab 3 times, and then I'll put in %complete, and I'll tab twice, and then the percentage, or the description is percentage of the task that has been completed, and I'll tab to the next field. Our next field will be called parts. We'll make this a yes no field, and then for a description, click the field to indicate parts have been ordered to complete the task, and then tab to the next field, which is tech, 3 tabs to the next field, which is phone, 2 tabs to description, and say enter as number dash 4 numbers, and then the next field is problem, which will be text, description of IT problem, and tab to the next field, which will be start date, which is a date type field, end date, which is a date type field, and number of days, which is a calculated field. and that opens up the expression builder, and we'll put in square bracket end date minus start date and say OK. In the description, we'll type number of days necessary to complete the task, and then we'll go down to field properties, and I'll select integer as the result type of this calculated field. In format, I'll say fixed. In decimal places, I'll say 0. And then I'll go to the backstage and save this object as last name, first name for the tasks as table. Oops, there is no primary key defined. I did forget that. So I will go back to home, and it looks like the system entered a primary key for us. So I want to select work order number, and I want to, there we go, under design. So work order number in the row selector, make that the primary key, and then I'll select ID and hit delete. So that was a mistake in real time, but that's how you fix it. Okay, so now we'll go back to save object as. May scream at me now. Nope, that worked. Now if we go back and look at the navigation, we see that we have last name, first name, 4B tasks. We'll go ahead and close this, and that ends this activity.